when it comes down to identifications, I mean, of course, the best identification is going to be a facial ID. We don't have that. We don't even have a facial ID that we can surmise from video footage whatsoever. And so we're just at a big zero on that. And typically what I understand for probable cause is that it doesn't have to be 10, right? 0 to 10, but it's got to be 2, 3-ish, 4, 2. 1, I think is very tricky, you know. And I think that's what we've got at the end of the day. We just got a body style comparison on the video, and we've got a lower half comparison on the video. But I think what's more interesting, you all, is what these individuals were doing over there riding past up and down the street. You know, if you know anything about how drive-bys take place and how those things happen, they normally happen where individuals circle the block numerous times in an area that they don't have any reason to be in, that there's no valid explanation as to why they're there.
So you're saying your client was acting in self-defense?
What I'm saying is that the individuals that were present at 3123 and 3125, judging from what Sergeant Tuggle testified to, it seems they took up positions outside. Now think about this. You take up positions outside of a home and a car's driving up and down the street. What's the definition of those type of positions? They're defensive, right? When Judge Hunter was describing the situation, of course, all due respect to everyone involved, nothing but respect for Judge Hunter. He's done great work and continues to do great work. But when we talk about the question of whether or not this is a defending a residence or offensive and going after, the car is driving past, back and forth. Guess what? If the car had drove away and left, right? There's no evidence that that car would have been followed, that people would have jumped out the house and jumped in the car and went and followed this car. No, this house was being stalked. And there was a firearm in the vehicle. And there was time in between when 911 was called where other firearms could have been removed. And that's the long and short of this case. All right? Because you can't give the excuse of, well, we were just over there in the neighborhood looking for a friend at 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night in Wilson. What's the friend's name? I don't know. Where they live? I don't know. You know, so that's, I think, not a bit of a stretch. That's a huge stretch. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for the evidence that we got to get to the bottom of on this case.